Hello everyone, good morning. Today's my topic is from Balina's hair to Draupadi's disrobing, comparing the rape motif in the Rape of the Lock and the Mahabharata. So here are my personal information, points to ponder, and now we can see the introduction of the Rape of the Lock. Rape of the Lock is mock epic poem in heroic couplet by Alexander Pope. The first version, published in 1712, consisted two cantos, and the another final version, published in 1714, was expanded to five cantos. It is based on actual incident of and written to reconcile the family that had been estranged by it. The Rape of the Lock recounts the story of a young woman who has a lock of hair stolen by an arrogant young man. Couches the trivial event in the term usually reserved for incidents for great moments, such as the quarrel between the Greek and the Trojans. The poem marries a rich range of literary allusion and the ironic commentary on the contemporary social world and sense of suppressed energy threatening to break through the veneer of civilization. Uh, now, in Mahabharata is also a great epic uh, of Indian mythology. One of the two Sanskrit epic of ancient Indian, the other of being a Ramayana. The Mahabharata is important source of information of the development of Hinduism between 400 BC and 200 CE, and in regarded by Hinduism. Mahabharata consists of a mass of mythological and didactic material arranged around the central heroic narrative and tells of the struggle for sovereignty and between two groups of cousins, Kauravas and Pandavas. The poem is made up for almost 10,000 couplets, about seven times the length of the Iliad and the Odyssey combined, divided into 18 parvas or section. And Mahabharata, although it is unlike that any single person wrote the poem, its authorship is the traditional ascribed to the sage Vyasa. Historical and cultural context of both the works. Pope here presented a true faithful picture of 18th century life in its manifold aspects of Rape of the Lock. It is the real source of his strength. In no other poet we find such a forceful and true reflection of the life of his age as in Pope. His want to originality means the extreme and even more morbid sensibility which enables him to give the fullest utterance of the ideas of class and the nation, so far as the nation was really represented by the class. In Mahabharata is an ancient Indian epic wherein main story revolves around two branches of family, Pandavas and Kauravas. Uh, it also it was written by Krishna Dvipa and Vyas himself, a character in the epic. Composed is as according to tradition a direct verses of Ganesha wrote them down. Now we can see that the rape motif in the Rape of the Lock. The Rape of the Lock, in the Rape of the Lock, Belinda's hair referred in the title is also powerful symbol both of vanity and the power of female beauty over men. According to the poem, Belinda has nourished her locks, meaning she has trained them to be at their most fabulous, hanging temptingly down her neck. As such, they are portrayed as uh, chains over a springs of snares or entrap the unsuspecting young babe. When Pop initially introduced the locks, he says that have been nourished to the destruction of mankind. Uh, meaning they have a great power of the great power and have been groomed in such a way as have even more power. They are doing their job. In fact, they do it well, causing the baron to fall the completely in love, as it turns out later with Belinda that simply has to have her locks or one of them as a souvenir. This result entire battle and indeed the resentment between the two the comes as a result of it. The rape motif in the Mahabharata transcendental perspective, this whole pastime is enacted demonstrate the truth that matter how protected we may be in the world, the outside events can turn in such unpredictable, unfortunate the unfortunate way that despite having many protectors, one may be rendered defenseless, and it reveals the ultimate we have only one protector, that is Krishna. And the Krishna, this is the transcendental purpose of the whole pastime and everything. Right now, Yudhishthira losing his self mastery and gambling to such a terrible extent was ultimately part of the Lord's plan, and demonstrating that a woman who had not one but five powerful husbands was yet ravished by the British person. She was in a public assembly in that presence of her five husbands who were her protectors in front of her elders who were supposed to defend her, and yet in such a situation she was reduced to a position of defenselessness and helplessness, where finally Krishna protected her and saved her honor. Comparing both the rape motif, according to me, we can argue that both the works rape of the rape, both works rape motifs are similar, but in contrast, the rape motif in the Rape of the Lock by Alexander Pope and the Draupadi's disrobing in the Indian epic Mahabharata, both if involve violence of women's in modesty, but they are quite different in context of consequences. In the rape of the Nock, the term rape is used metaphorically to describe the trivial theft of the lock on woman's hair, and which is a trivial thing. And the Belinda in this trivial on this trivial thing, Belinda reacted too much serious, and and uh, and Belinda's hair, and highlighting the satire of superficiality in society. In contrast, Draupadi's disrobing is a tragic and violent event in which she is publicly humiliated, and illustrating themes of honor, justice, and gender inequality in ancient India. The two motifs serve distinct literary and cultural purpose in their respective works. In a conclusion, we can say that now in the we can say that the comparative analysis of the rape motif in Rape of the Lock and Mahabharata, as seen through the contrasting lenses of 18th century English satire and ancient Indian epic, provides a thought-provoking examination of the cultural, social, and literary context in which these narratives were crafted. While both texts addresses the violence of a woman's modesty, they do so with stark differences in tone, purpose, and the treatment of the victims. Through this comparative study, we gain a deeper appreciation for a complexity of these narratives and the ways in which literature can reflect and challenge the values and beliefs of its time, ultimately inviting us a question and reflecting upon evolution of societal attitudes and portrayals of women in the two distinct culture and eras under scrutiny. These are my reference, and thank you. If anyone have any question, you can feel free to ask.
Hardy, my question is Belinda only lost a lock, but Draupadi was humiliated by torn down her clothes in the crowd. Do you think it's completely different dilemmas both are facing?
Yes, according to me, Belinda and Draupadi, both both are completely different in a dilemma, but faces both dilemma, uh, uh, Belinda, Belinda reacted so much furious when furious, and uh, she was also threatened that the arrogant man was cut her rape on only lock of her only one lock of her hair, but in the week Draupadi and Belinda's rape of the lock is a trivial thing, and as well as in Mahabharata, Draupadi is disturbing by uh, Dhritarashtra and Dhritarashtra and Dhritarashtra in a royal court, and it is a major it is a major it is a major thing. It is not trivial thing. It like Belin, both are completely different dilemma facing. Both are facing different dilemma facing.